Hi, Jay Molina here with Elite Athletics, coming to you from ProfessorIt.com. This next exercise is the two-leg barbell alternating reverse lunge. You prepare for this exercise in the same manner that you prepare for the two-leg barbell back squat. You get your hand position on the bar so that you can create evenness on the bar, and then you put the bar on the top of the shoulder blades. Remember, you've got to find that comfortable spot on your shoulder blades. Once you have got into position, you then unrack the bar and take approximately 1 to 2 steps out of the rack. Once you're in position, your feet are straight, your knees are lined up over your toes, you will then take a step back with your right foot into a lunge position. You will hold for approximately 1 second and then step back neutral from the starting position. Then you will alternate to the other leg and then repeat for the prescribed number of repetitions. Common mistakes with this exercise is that when the person steps backwards, they will allow their forward heel to come off the ground. Also, they will allow the back knee to move inwardly, causing poor alignment. You want to make sure that the forward foot stays flat on the ground and make sure that the back knee still stays aligned with the back foot. This next exercise is the prone stability ball back extension. With a stability ball and a fixed item that you can anchor your feet to, you want to lay down on the ball face down. Place the ball just under the lower half of your abdomen and the upper portion of your waist. Find the most comfortable spot for you. Once you're in position, you want to straighten your legs, squeezing your gluteal muscles as tight as you can, then lower your upper body over the ball to the lowest point that you can. Once you get to your lowest point, you will then move upwardly with your upper body, squeezing your gluteals as tight as you can and making sure that your shoulder is in alignment with your hip and with your ankle joint. If you come too high, you will begin to arch your back, which is a common mistake in this exercise. Another common mistake in this exercise is that people will take their head and look upward, also causing them to arch their low back. Make sure that you repeat the exercise for the prescribed number of repetitions. This next exercise is called the two-leg, two-arm dumbbell stability ball chest press. Seated on the stability ball with dumbbells in hand and upright, resting on your thigh. You want to walk your feet out away from the ball, leaning back on the ball and pulling the dumbbells into your shoulder and/or armpit. Once you are in position with your feet straight and your knees in alignment with your toes, you want to lift your hips up, keeping your gluteal muscles as tight as you can while doing this exercise. In this position, you will press the dumbbells upward with your palm facing towards your feet. Take it upward, bring the dumbbells slightly together but do not touch them. Once you've got into position and you held it at the top for approximately 1 to 2 seconds, bring the dumbbell down and then repeat for the prescribed number of repetitions. Common mistakes with this exercise are that people will allow their hips to drop during the exercise. Another common mistake is that when the dumbbells are moved upward, people will slam the dumbbells together or touch the dumbbells together. This creates momentum. We do not want to create this type of momentum during this exercise. Just take the dumbbells up close enough to where you've moved inward but do not touch them. One point in this exercise is that we want to maintain core stability, so we need to keep the gluteal muscles tight and the hips upward, even with the knee and even with the shoulder. This next exercise is the 4-cone figure 8 drill. With 4 cones being placed in a square pattern approximately 1 to 1.5 yards apart. You will start behind one cone. To start the exercise, you will move laterally across, then weave diagonally through all 4 cones, moving around the front of the cones, then diagonally back through the cones again in a figure 8 pattern. Once you have moved through the drill in the figure 8 pattern, you will then repeat for the prescribed number of repetitions. As you move through this figure 8 drill, make sure that you maintain a good athletic posture and move fluidly through the cones. Do not become stiff and get out of posture. Keep your feet straight and don't allow them to rotate out sideways. This next exercise is the two-leg, two-arm inverted pull-up. Lying underneath a bar that is placed about waist height, you're going to place your hands on the bar evenly so that when you pull yourself up, you have about a 90-degree bend at the elbow. With your feet pointed straight ahead and your knees lined up over your toes, put your hips up in the air as if you're doing a two-legged floor bridge. Once you get into the right posture and the right position and hanging underneath the bar, you will then pull your upper body towards the bar, even with your chest. Once you get up to where your elbows are about 90-degree bend, you will then hold the position for approximately 2 to 3 seconds and then allow yourself to come out of the movement. Common mistakes with this exercise are that individuals will allow their hips to drop and that will push them back behind the bar. Then they will pull themselves up towards the bar, trying to get the bar to align with their stomach and not with their chest. Another common mistake with this exercise is that people will allow their feet to be rotated out. The key to this exercise is keep the hips up, keep the hips tight, and keep good posture and good alignment throughout the entire exercise. To advance this exercise, you can place the heels of your feet straight out on a box that is approximately 12 to 18 inches in height. Your legs will be fully extended, and this adds more resistance to the exercise and makes it more challenging. This next exercise is called the side iso abs, also known as the side plank. Lying on your side, you want to place your elbow right underneath your shoulder and have your hand perpendicular to your shoulder at a 90-degree bend. With your one foot on top of the other, place your opposite hand on your hip, and then you're going to raise your hips, holding the movement at the top point for approximately 2 to 3 seconds. You want to squeeze your gluteal muscles as tight as you can, then lowering yourself to the ground and then repeating for the prescribed number of repetitions. You also want to hold your shoulder blades together. A common mistake in this exercise is that people will not place one foot on top of the other. They will round out and bend at the hip, and then they will round out their upper back. This creates a poor posture. Always maintain a good posture while doing this exercise. This exercise is a 2-leg, 2-arm dumbbell overhead press. From a standing position, dumbbells hanging at your side, you will raise the dumbbells up to your shoulders and then begin to press them upwardly over your head. Make sure that you press the dumbbells straight up, and when they come down evenly, they will be at about ear height. Hold the dumbbells at the top and at the bottom of the movement for approximately 1,001 count and repeat for the prescribed number of repetitions. Common mistakes in this particular exercise are that people will use weight that is too heavy and that will require them to arch their low back. When arching the low back, you will put stress in the lumbar spine. Another common mistake is that people will come down too low. They will come down and touch the dumbbells to the shoulders, and/or they will bounce the dumbbells off each other, banging them together at the top over the head. Do not touch the dumbbells together. Take them straight up and straight back down. This next exercise is the jump rope. The jump rope can be executed in 2 fashions. One is called the double touch jump. The other is called the one touch jump. As you see, each time the jump rope circles around my body, I take 2 touches to the ground before the jump rope pulls through. The second progression is the one touch jump rope. Every time the jump rope rotates around my body, I only take 1 touch on the ground before the jump rope pulls through my feet. Common mistakes with the jump rope is that people will allow the knees to cave in each time their feet make contact with the ground. Make sure that you keep your feet straight and your knees aligned with your toes each time you make contact with the ground. This is Jade Molina with Elite Athletics. See you next time on ProfessorIt.com.